And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Lunar 2 Eternal Blue. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and we are now in the Blue Dragon Cave. And I want to get you guys prepped because this is where the grinding session, if you're going for hardcore stuff, skills, this is where the heavy grinding is going to come in. And I'm going to explain it. And I need to make sure you guys understand all of it, too. What we're going to do is... Ooh, I need two, don't I? We should have two. Wait a minute. Oops, did I removed the wrong one? Like an idiot. There we go. We need two churro crests, and we need to put them on Lumina. Boom. Now, there's a reason for this, and it's not going to be clear until you see why, but there is a reason for this. And if we need to get more churro crests, there is a way we can do that, and that's just going back to the White Dragon Cave. So if I feel like I need more churro crests, that's what we'll do. But I don't think we're gonna run into that issue. But there's an enemy down here who's much like the enemies from the White Dragon Cave, the churro itself, where it runs away in the battle. But what usually happens is this enemy is going to summon a bunch of enemies and then literally run away right after. So we need to have Lumina able to get the first attack off. By doing this, she can use a magic spell to pretty much one-shot the enemy out. Hence why we gave her dual churro crests. It guarantees that her turn will come first before the creature summons stuff and runs away. The enemy is known, I think it's a Doomrigger, I think is the name of it. There's only two enemies that you care about leveling off of, Doomriggers and Churro Mongrels. That's it. We already know where Churro Mongrels spawn, but there's no way we can currently beat them. Now, the Doomriggers in this dungeon give you boss beating level amounts of XP. I want to say it's around 2,000 to 3,000. And then the rest of the enemies that you kill in that battle will give you like another 500 or so. And you get a grand for killing one too. So you can level very quickly by going to where they spawn, and you kill a whole bunch, then you just run through the dungeon again, get back down there, and then fight them again. The enemies in this dungeon are mute happy, so be weary of that. It might be something to equip Ronfar to resist, but we also have a lot of holy waters, so I'm not worried about it. But it is something that's going to come up, is we're going to want to fight those fights, leave, and then kind of come back and go back and forth, because that's the only way you'll get them to reappear. Going, I believe, between floors doesn't make them reappear, so the act of actually doing that is going to help. So if you're a really low level, if you're still in your high 20s or early 30s, this is a good place to level up. And I would at least go to 41, 40 to 42 even. Some people have gone as far as taking it all the way to level 50, which I'm debating in my head if I want to do that. I don't think we're going to go that high because we're already pretty high leveled now. But we might take at least 3 or 4 levels. May as well. Get while the getting's good, and theoretically, you could avoid a lot of these fights if you can maneuver around the enemies and just get to where they are, and that'll make you feel better. So, we could avoid this, and I believe this is one right here. Is this a Doomrigger? Yes, it is. So, like I said, he's gonna summon stuff. So let's just kind of regular beat him down, and then we'll use Flame Shot. So Flame Shot will go first.
Mega Magic Flame!
I probably should have used my other attacks. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I probably should have used my strongest attacks. So I done goofed. Come on. Ow! Nope. Unless she uses Napalm Shot on it, which she'll use it on the closest thing to her. Yep. So we got another round here, but he is going to run. Let me see here. Hopefully he doesn't run. And you know what, just for the sake of argument, because I think I've done goofed this fight up anyway, we use Crematorium. just to kill everything off.
Mega Magic Flame!
Yeah, there. Never mind. We got it. So look at that. Oh, wow. It's a little more than I thought. 3,500 XP. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not gonna lie, guys. That's pretty good. It's good. It's good. And right there on the second floor is where the first one spawned. I'm not gonna even bother with these other enemies for the time being. I mean, I guess I will for the sake of argument, but just doing that much was huge. Huge. Well, that's not one. And I think they give around 700 or 800 XP. But again, this is one of the perks of coming here, is to really kind of deal with that. So here's what the itinerary is going to be, guys. I kind of want to get all the treasures here and then leave. and do it in that fashion, which is really the right way to do this. And since she gets to go first, she can also control the battlefield. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to power through here, just in general, to grab all the items and stuff so you can see where everything is. But I have a feeling you're not going to care about watching me grind. So this is one of the few times in any RPG game where I'm actually going to avoid enemies. Just try to grab all the treasures, because I'm going to have to run through this place a couple of times to look for Doom Riggers and just level like a madman. Anyway, Jean levels up. So really, I'm not even going to focus on looking at the levels, because like I said, we're just going to be leveling up we're going to get several levels here. As far as I'm concerned, because why not? The Hurricane Staff, so that we can get rid of the Wind Staff that we have, and all of that as well. Yay! Why not? I know I'm burning through my MP really quickly, but if I run out of MP, we'll just leave. And then we can recover our MP back at the martial arts temple, or tournament ground, rather. Again, you can see they're not that common yet. There was only one on this floor, but we're gonna find the others. Oh yes, we will find the others. And we're gonna have to fight some of these other enemies just to collect all the treasures here. Holy water. So you can see it's pretty easy to avoid a lot of the fights in this game if you really want to. There's a Doom Rigger. Time to die, little Doom Rigger. And actually, it might even get to a point where we don't even have to do that much. But let's hit him hard, hit him fast, and shove these attacks right up his ass. You can really see the majority of the damage just comes out of Lamina, probably. Yeah, 262. Well, not really. Jean does a lot of damage, too. But if you were going through this place casually, you'd want to conserve as much attack damage as conserve as much MP as you would want to. So when we do finally come through here, we'll be a little bit more efficient. Let's just see what regular attacks look like. I wonder if ice attacks would be a decent alternative, because we haven't upgraded the ice attacks yet. Or you can just be like hero murder everything. Do 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 do. Giggity goo, alright. Oh shoot, I shouldn't do that. I forget she goes first right now. Again, this is not a permanent fixture for this character, it's just temporary. Yep, then there's nice. So there's another level for Lamina. Again, I'm not going to read the details because it's not going to matter in a little bit. But yeah, 3 grand, pretty good. And we don't have to work very hard to get to the 2 Doom Riggers, really. So... okay, so these are the genies, the Jinn. Again, another enemy that's moderately tough, but not under the circumstances we're applying to him. We'll just we'll just blast him with crematorium.
Mega Magic Flame!
Really, it's probably useful to use her magic to get through a lot of this place easily, but again, after a few levels, we won't need to use her magic. But we'll probably still keep the Churro crest on her, because when I come through here the final time, she'll need it, and then we'll probably take it off, and she won't need it anymore. But we'll see. It's so convenient to be able to kill those Doom Riggers really easily. The catch is you gotta kill them before they run away, and that's where it gets a little tricky. Anti-magic ring is actually increases magic defense. It's not as good as the barrier ring, but it's a good candidate to put on Jean. Hers is at 65. Yeah, 79. Whoa, that's an issue. That's a non-issue there. So let's just do this for now. And we'll swap these in and out as we need to. Or, nah, yeah, we're fine. No way I'm getting around that. So yeah, I'm just going to show you the fights and whatnot, because a lot of this is really just me kind of powering through this dungeon. As you can see, we can do it rather cheaply. I don't even mind burning a couple starlights, too, to get through here. So we can get all the treasures and Doom Riggers. We're going to get enough money to compensate us for the loss on that. So, yeah. It's much like the fire demons in where the big giant Althena shrine is. It's much like that place where we got a lot of money and XP for fighting the enemies there. It's a similar principle here. We're getting a lot of XP for fighting a specific enemy in here, and we're gonna have to fight a few random encounters just to get to them. So that's inevitable. So you may as well not worry about overly conserving your MP. You just need to know where they are. We know there's one on the second floor, and we know there's we know that there's some on a deeper floor, the floor right below it. So that's really probably where we're going to do the most grinding, because it's close to the exit. So we'll probably just knock the two of them out, leave, come back in, knock the two of them out, leave. But in this particular situation, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to run through, like I said, run through the dungeon, not worrying about fights, avoiding them if possible, unless it's a Doom Rigger. And then we're just going to grab all the chests. Once we acquisize all the chests, we'll commence the grinding of the first two rooms. So it's like 4 minutes of your effort for $6 grand. Maybe that's not true. Maybe it might be less. It might be more time than that. I'm pretty sure it's more time than that. I see a Doom Rigger over there. I think he's hiding back there. So we need to conserve a little bit more of our MP, I think. Nah, we're good. Again, I'm willing to use starlights because we'll make so much money we can buy more. And it won't be an issue once we start our session. Because now we've gone another floor. We've gone one floor without bumping into one. And now we're fighting a lot of unnecessary fights to get to this one. And so I'm thinking, unless there's a room with like 3 or 4 of them in it, we're not going to bother. Let me go down here first. We're probably going to run into another enemy. Oh, no. And we get the Revenge Crest. Something we don't use very often. But if you're curious, fewer enemy counterattacks. That's going to be a thing later, but it's not important right now. Not really. Not really. So let's do the same shtick.
Mega Magic Flame!
We still got like 2 more floors or so before we actually get through here.
Blue Dragon Ball!
Dodge this!
Nice. Go ahead and use this. Right there.
Mega Magic Flame!
Nice. And there's another. See, this is working out pretty well. Hence why I want to do this. So yeah, if you got some time to kill, this is a magical place to start leveling. And all that good hub-da-bub. Now... Stay away, Genie! Evil Genie! Stay back! Back, I say! Do that. Again, not much to this area now that this is, you know, solving itself. I like when she does her little dodge, though. Technically, we could put Ronfar in the very back row and move Lucia closer, because that would mean she would be more inclined to attack things. We'll worry about that later. Angel's Tear, another fight. Yeah. That's not really gonna make this faster. Eh, screw it. Yeah, so we probably temporarily could put Ronfar in the back row. Like I said, I'm still debating on that in my head. Ah, crap, I forgot they move faster. Hopefully we aimed for Genie. No, we did not.
Burn, burn, burn!
Oh, that was a waste.
I'll take care of this.
Alright. And there's a big win. And there's good XP in these there hills, you know. Let's fill up everybody. You better run. Run like the bitch you are. Whoa, get in there! Before he gets an idea. Alright, so I think there's one in this room. Whoa, hey, whoa. Oh, look out! An angel ring, sweet. Those will get used, I assure you. It's just they're not going to get used right away. As we still have other things that we need to... It's good to stockpile them like we are. That I will say that much. Without giving too much away. So we're going to have to use some starlights, which is fine. We've made more than enough money back to replace what we're going to have to do to get her MP back up. To get us through the rest of here just to grab the other treasure. Nice. That should be, yep, that's all she wrote. So you can't just really run through here and just burn your MP, by the way. You're watching me do it now because it's convenient and we have the means to deal with some of it because we're going to be leveling a bit. We'll just use 2. That's 4 grand. We've easily made that money back, so I'm not really concerned. Pretty sure there's one in this room. I could have sworn there was. Maybe it's the next room. Ah! Could run from this fight. We haven't ran from a fight yet. Kind of don't want to, so let's not. We stand our ground like heroes! Because we have a hero in our party.
Magic flame!
And we also are getting extra cash because we have that purse that's on Lamina, by the way. It didn't say much about what it does, but it gives us more silver per kill. So we're really... Yeah, I knew there was one on this floor. Ooh, the plasma ring. Which, for those of you wondering, decreases earth and water damage. So if you want something even further and more specific, you have it. Alright, same deal here. Take him on a trip to Murder Town.
Mega magic flame!
Murder Town. Murder Town. Murder Town.
Blue dragon home!
Murder Town. Taking this fool to Murder Town and his body corpse on the ground. Murder Town. He will never live to remember his trip to Murder Town. Ooh, nice targeting. Not gonna kill them all, but it'll make it so that what we have left will kill them all. Actually, we should send him in the very back. I think we're good. Let's have her just defend this round. She doesn't need to do much. She did what she needed to do. Wham, 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 wham. And really, if Hero has the movement... Nope. So there's going to be one left. Well, maybe not. Probably have another worth stealing.
I'll take care of this!
Nice. Nobody's leveling, but we know that the XP is darn good. So we know there's a Doom Rigger up here. But again, it was 2 floors there was a floor or 2 in between. So the one in the first and second rooms are going to be the ones we're going to be gunning for a grinding session. So we've only done, and so what I will say is one of the grinding sessions I did earlier might not have been necessary. I would say the one with the fire enemies in the town that's on fire, which for some reason the name has left me, when Leo was with us, that one's worth grinding there, and it's worth grinding here. That little bit that you get from that excursion is very useful to get your levels up. And then really, if you're going to level, this is the place to do it. Just the fact we're getting over 3 grand for one of these enemies is pretty darn good.
Dodge this!
Why can't you use your AoE? And we're almost actually to the back of this dungeon, I believe, which will be good. So I don't mind burning a little extra MP. Just speed this up here. I know I make that sound so trivial. This to speed this thing along. Let's use our Uber crematorium spell. And Jean levels, which means Lucia is close to leveling, and also means Hiro is close to leveling again. So again, like I said, it's just some serious business being able to just level off these dudes. you know, you'll get pretty strong pretty fast. And you can see there's only the floors that have them. You'll notice there's only one per floor, so you don't want to unnecessarily dick around with these deeper floors when you're doing the hunt, because they're too far away and they're too spread out. So this should be, yes, the final room. Okay, let's grab that, which I probably shouldn't have grabbed because whatever. All right, so now that we've done that, Ronfar, you know what to do. You thought I was kidding? No, we're gonna get some levels here, guys. We're gonna invest a little bit of time here because why not? And we also need to replace the lost starlights that we don't have. But just to give you an idea, Jean just leveled in that last. Was it? I think it was Jean. Yeah, it had to be Jean. So what is it to next level? In this case for Jean, you can see that it's 22,000 XP to level. We're rounding here. So 22,000. So that's roughly 4 of those enemies. 4 Doom Riggers will level her up again. That's not that hard to accomplish. So we're going to tackle this for at least maybe to 43 with everybody, maybe at level 42, 43. We'll just see. I'll probably, when I get tired of doing it, is probably also what's going to rate me to whether or not I continue doing this. So let me go get some levels, and we'll go back to the final room of the Blue Dragon Cave. Alright, so I'm all beefed out pretty good. We got everybody to 45. It took about an hour and a half. It took a little longer than I wanted it to, but it might have even been longer than that. I lost track at one point. But yeah, so we're really well geared up. You know, characters are leveled and whatnot, and all that. So I think it's now time for us to finish this dungeon. 45 is pretty high. I could have stopped at 43, but I'm like, you know what? For you guys, let's just go all out. And we've got some new abilities and some other things going on, so kinda cool. All right, let's get to it here, because this monster ain't gonna kill itself. But we learned Concussion Sword, which is the AoE attack that our main character can utilize. Divine Litany now covers everybody instead of Calm Litany, so luckily, you know, we learned that skill, so now it's everybody, which is great. I only gotta cast it once! We also learned a Blue Dragon Wave, which is really cool, only under the condition that everybody is surrounding the main character, is surrounding Jean. Now, the other thing we're gonna notice is the boss is gonna hit us pretty hard here, but I'm actually okay with it. Because I don't think it's the strongest one he can do. So we'll just do an attack for now. And then we'll go ahead and while that's going down, before we start using magic attacks, we learned Magic Shield. We also upgraded 2 of our 3 ice skills. And Cryo Shield also got stronger as well. But let's use Magic Shield. It says all. Oh, wait. It says special. So, boost magic defense of allies. And I think it's everybody around her, so that's not really going to work. So, So let's do... Oh, you know what? She still has those other crests on, doesn't she? Alright, well that changes things. Not dramatically, but we do have to do... We are just going to have her attack instead. She'll get to go first every round, so we can deal with the effects of the... After effects of anything that the boss does. And... On top of that, Ronfar, I believe, will get a turn in before the boss does. So the only one that won't would be Lumina, yeah. So everybody's actually getting a turn before the boss does. Yeah, baby. That's the way I like it. I'm not going to commit to this through the entire game, but I forgot to pull the 2 Chiro crests off of Lumina and kind of redisperse them around. So we'll have to fix that. And obviously, Lucia is now doing Atomic Burn, which is newer. So, let me think. We need to get rid of the Water Elemental skill. We'll just have him heal. There's no point in him doing anything else. So we need to remove that. So clears field of elemental magic. Yeah. Because currently that means the all water magic and ice magic is going to do more damage than normal. So I'm okay with it being removed from the battlefield, as pretty much anyone would be.
Blue Dragon Home!
Dodge this.
And this battle shouldn't take too long, because normally Jean
I love
has
this.
other things she's got to kind of take care of, usually mandatory item healing and stuff, but for the sake of, you know, doing a pretty straightforward LP and gaining good levels and kind of setting ourselves up in the best situation to handle most of what's going on, I think we're going to be alright as far as issues go. Now, yeah, Ronfar has been muted, and that's okay. He doesn't need to heal anybody because he doesn't need to. He'll cure his condition. And we can get focused back on damage output. But yeah, so I went overkill per se. We're not using any skills that require you to be level 45. I think Ronfar got the AoE litany for Saint's Litany. I think it was in the 40s. 41. It was between 40 and 43, I think. So even 40 is still high. So, but trust me, it helps. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually rather constructive. So, ow.
Destruction!
Okay, and he's gonna do that ability that's gonna cause the AoE issue. Again, we're just gonna really have Ronfar heal, attack, fireball, because she's gonna get to go first anyway. Yeah, but he's gonna re-augment the field for water magic, which is fine. But she's also gonna attack us too. So, yeah. But again, not necessarily a difficult fight
Dodge this.
by any stretch of the imagination.
Ha ha!
And ouch, we got hit hard.
Destruction!
So he's actually going to take this round to heal himself, which again, not a big deal. We are going to remove the water benefit because it doesn't help us.
Magic Cure!
But you can already kind of figure out how this battle is going to play out. Even if Lumina wasn't going first, we can really learn the method in which this boss is going to do his attacks and everything, and we can really break down what Lumina needs to be doing. Everybody else needs to be attacking and healing. Lumina is kind of the one that has a secondary duty to ensure that this battle goes smoothly and not give the boss too much strength and allow him to do too much damage. But I would recommend being at least 38
Destruction!
before fighting this guy. I would argue that if you're lower than that, you might be having a bad time. 36 to 38 is probably what I would consider to be the normal levels for handling this. I'm actually gonna have him attack. But yeah, that's my recommendation for sure. The other thing too we could have done is given a strength boost to both Hiro and Jean, but I'm choosing against it for the time being. I'd rather just try to kill this guy quickly.
Dodge this.
Because that's time away spent, from not getting an attack in. And 16,500 is our XP. And Hero levels. So you can see our stats are going through the freaking roof. I'm not even going to count them out anymore. Our level, we're doing pretty good. And there's Miracle Entity. Awakens and heals when a fainted ally. So they don't just get revived, they get pretty much... I think it's a full revive. I could be wrong on that. But again, it's one less thing we have to dick around with. And I am totally okay with that. So let's go ahead and keep on moving. The Sea Dragon being really one of the harder boss fights too, especially at a lower level. So we throw the aura. Do 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 do. Oh man, every time I'm having a cool dream, some tomb raiding human wakes me up. Hey, hold on. You're not an adventurer. You're Lucia, the child of the blue star. And if you're here, it means I'm going back to sleep and pretending I never saw you. Good night. This is no dream, Blue Dragon of Althena. I have come from the Blue Star to awaken you. I was afraid you'd say that. What's happened in the world since I started snoozing? Zophar has been revived, Blue Dragon, and he wants to enslave the universe. So you need me and the other dragons to free Althena from her bonds, eh? So together you can return Zophar to his magical prison? You are correct, Blue Dragon. As a child of Althena, it is your duty to aid me. I know that, Lucia, but we dragons are also charged with protecting the world. And if you use Althena's power to seal up Zophar, the world will, silence! You should know not to speak of such matters in the presence of humans. Whoops, sorry about that, Lucia. I tend to ramble, if you haven't already noticed. Anyway, I will do everything in my power to aid you. Do you accept my pledge of loyalty? Of course, Blue Dragon. Thank you for your pledge. The next dragon on your list should be the Black Dragon. He's in the sanctuary to the south. We'll meet again when you've revived all 4 dragons. Now then, I'm going back to sleep. Skadoosh! The Blue Dragon's definitely informal, isn't it? I just hope he gets a little more serious when we need his power to free the goddess. I wonder what kind of dragon I'm going to be. An asshole one. Okay, so we get another dragon seal. Let's take a look at it just for schlitz and giggles here. The Blue Dragon Crest teaches an ability that literally heals the entire party to full health. But it's 60 freaking MP, which is incredibly high. In a low-level game, that's actually very useful. In a high-level game, it's more situational than anything. You're not gonna be that dependent on it. It's really gonna be based more or less on how things go by the time we get to endgame. It's really early to say whether or not it's gonna get used. I've used it in some playthroughs of Lunar 2, and then some playthroughs I never had to use it. So it's really just kind of up in the air, and it's really going to be based on the strategies going on. But we're not going to equip it right now. I thought I understood the significance of being one of the 4 dragons, but I was wrong. I don't think I understand what it means until this moment. Now I'm starting to think like a dragon would. I don't know if that's a good thing for you, cat creature. Start thinking like a dragon, you might get some weird ideas. Alright, so let's go ahead and egress from here. For those of you who are avid Shining Force fans. We skedaddle. And we're back out. So, let's go ahead and let's heal. Because goodness, Lord knows we need to do some of that. But yeah, you could theoretically continue to keep grinding in that cave, and I would tell you there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's quite useful. The other thing too, if you didn't notice in stats here, Hiro now has 3 attacks and Ronfar has 2. So their ability, or the lack thereof, to get that better movement is going to be rather relevant. For the time being, I'm gonna put, I don't know. what I thought was a good idea. Well, we'll just leave it alone for now. Because what do we have on Jean? We have a Shiro crest on Jean and Hiro. Okay, good. As far as going forward here and how to kind of handle things, number one, we have the Hurricane Staff, so we don't need the Wind Staff anymore, nor do we need the Water Staff because we also have the Ice Staff. But I'm not going to bother with sorting that out. We don't need the money, nor are we going to need it anytime soon. So, with that said and done, what else do we have to do? Well, let's see here. When I don't accidentally go onto the dragon ship. So we can go back to town, stock up, but I think item-wise we're doing pretty good. Let's double check here. Good. Yeah, we're actually okay. We don't need to go to town. We already healed, so let's move on. Xanathar, brah! If anybody gets that reference, holy mother of Burl. That's all I have to say. That's amazing if you actually get that reference. Don't look it up. Oh, I'm kidding. Look it up if you really don't know, but don't give it away. Holy shit, it's like real magic. Well, that's something you don't see every day. What the? Do you guys see what I see? I can't believe this. Pinch me, because I must be dreaming. I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I'll take a rain check on that pinch. Since Althena is no longer powering this world, how do they have such magic as to levitate an entire city? It's just as they described in the legends. A magical city floating in the sky. Neovane! Neovane. Oh god, it's got Keanu Reeves on it. No! He's in vain with himself. Well, that's gonna ruin your day. Womp womp. What's going on? The destiny can't move. This magic. It is using the power of the Black Dragon, which means that the floating city must also be drawing upon its power. You don't say, huh? No, we're trapped. It's a trap. Yeah, we ain't getting out of it. Oh, god damn it. So, oh, no. So, well, look at that. Looks like we can move. Anywho, someplace out there. Alright, so anyway, this is a great place for us to stop for right now, guys. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And when we come back, checking out Neovane. But first, we got to get there, and that's a little easier said than done. So we'll have to go ahead and figure that out. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you can check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTardStudios for me playing RPG games live, as well as tabletop games on our Chairman of the Board show, as well as Hobo Headcrab, one of our Chairman of the Board members. He is tackling RPGs he has never played ever, and I'm going to guide him through some of the greatest RPG classics of all time, but he's playing them blind. And I'm only helping him with a few things like, oh, there's a chest over there, and oh, there's a chest over there. And then if he gets beaten up too much by a boss, then I'll kind of help him out. But beyond that, he's done Earthbound already, and he's got some other, I think by the time this video comes out, he'll be done with Grandia 2. We're not sure what he's going to be doing after that, but he's very excited. We do it once a week on Thursday nights. At about 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Once in a while, we do it on a Friday. We'll let you know in advance when those Thursdays change to Fridays, and then it's back to Thursday again. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.